Good morning. And the sun is out in Union City, and it rightfully needs to be out on a day such as today. We've been waiting a long time to get to this point, and it's not a project completely finished yet, but we're making tremendous headway, as you can see. I'm Mark Green. I'm the mayor of Union City. We're going to be having a number of speakers come up today and talk about their role and their part in this plaza, the housing you see behind us, and still some unfinished work we need to get to that BART station as I stare at it right now. We do have this here for a reason today, and that is we need continued effort, continued funding to push this project through to its ultimate completion. I want to start off before getting into some other items here today by trying to make sure I had all of the elected officials noted here. This isn't any order of priority. It's just sort of how I wrote them down as they came. And I'm going to start here with the man to my left is the BART director for this area. He's doing a tremendous job. Former Public Works director in the city of Fremont, Tom Blaylock. Tom? The last I saw, I see her now out there in the bright yellow. I told her I could only mention her most recent position because I started mentioning all the elected positions she's had in her political life. I'd be here until 3 in the afternoon. So right now, as an interim BART director, Mary King. Mary? All right, as a quartet, I think they're all here today from what I gather. My 4 current fellow council members in Union City, Vice Mayor Pat Gakowskos. Pat? Jim Navarro, council member. We know it had to be an important event because he decided to come out today. Council member Lauren Ellis. And council member Emily Duncan. Also, we have District 2 Supervisor Richard Valle. From the Union Sanitary District, a longtime fellow council member with me, Manny Fernandez. Senator Manny. And a woman who's going to be taking my spot here, and I think it's actually 5 weeks from next Tuesday. I sat with her for 13 years on the City Council, Carol Dutra-Vernacci. Carol. Now, whom have I missed of the elected officials? Oh, I knew there's somebody. From Chabot College, one of my alma maters, I think Carol's and Richard's also for that matter, and whoever else wants to claim fame to it. From the Chabot College Community District, Arnulfo Cedillo. Arnie, where are you? All right. Did I miss anybody? If you're an elected official, wave your hand. I'll try to recognize who you are. And I guess we got them all. Okay, perfect. All right, we in front of you today you see this isn't my son's water polo training pool here behind me, and I just have to get that in because Logan tonight is playing for you guys laughing back there. They're already laughing because they think they're going to mop up. They are playing San Ramon Valley. That's it, John. Raise the hands up there. Everybody knows that you're from Danville. That's great. They're playing San Ramon Valley at 6 p.m. tonight. And I had to throw that in because my sons are the coaches at Logan as the 14th seed. They're going to pull some big upset tonight, and you will be wiping the grin right off your face tomorrow morning. Also, you see here that we have conveniently landscaped a new place for geese in Union City, to my north. And behind me are the tributes to French composers. I guess they might be Fauré, Debussy, and Ravel. And I mention that because the sculpture you see behind me, Mark Evanoff, in probably one of the most gruesome duties ever known to mankind that he had to do. He had to go to Paris, one of our staff members, he had to go to Paris to actually view these and spent, I don't know, how many months did he spend there, Larry? 3 months to go through? It was something just amazing that he actually did on this. What you have in front of us is really a 21-year effort that we've undertaken here to physically change this ground. Where you're sitting or standing right now used to be a Pacific Gas and Electric PCB site, really. So there was enormous cleanup that had to take place right here. To the immediate south is the former site of the Pacific State Steel Corporation. Again, that area you see down there is not a golf range, it's actually a slag heap right now, which at some point we'd like to see that transformation take place there also. So this was a huge area where redevelopment, and I want to stress that word, redevelopment came forward and put together a great effort in helping to really instigate and charge this area into what we're seeing right now. What we still have in front of us, of course, is getting across to the BART station. And that's a huge effort which we still need to be seeing through to fruition. The residents you see behind me living in Mid-Peninsula right now, residents down at the former K&B townhouses, and all the areas surrounding me to the east are also going to be benefiting by this ultimate pushing through to the BART station. And this is a good segue for me to get a quick plug in. I don't care whatever else you do or don't do right next Tuesday, but one thing you do need to do correctly is vote yes on Measure B1 if you live in Alameda County. And I say that because it's that type of funding, which Mary's been involved in that for years. Tom is a fellow board member of mine. Richard's on there now with me. We have a measure in front of us next week, which has a great opportunity for us to continue the funding that we need, not only here in Union City, but throughout all of Alameda County, and a wide array of transit operations. I mean, just within the last month, I've been in Emeryville for an integrated corridor mobility groundbreaking, which really bring a bunch of technology into Highway I-80 in the northern part of the county and in western Contra Costa. I was in Dublin over the weekend, where a new pathway underneath 580 connects Dublin to Pleasanton. I was in San Lorenzo yesterday I'll get to it, Tom. I'm saving the best for last. Oh, Mr. Bart in the front row. Wow, let's put him there every time. Bart. But before I get to Bart's story, Tom, I just want to mention I was in San Lorenzo yesterday for Llewellyn Boulevard, a much smaller project in a sense, but it's very important because it introduced Llewellyn Boulevard to really become a pedestrian-friendly boulevard for the first time, that nearly mile stretch going from Llewellyn down to Ashland Boulevard. And then last Friday, as Tom was so proud of, and rightfully so, I was in Fremont, where the BART tunnel underneath Lake Elizabeth is continuing. Great effort there. The groundbreaking, really a huge celebration there to push that through. So it's, again, all areas of our county are being benefited by Measure B1, and this is opportunity here where we connect housing, where we connect transportation, and this integration of land use is something you're going to be seeing much more of around the Bay Area. I know we still have development challenges there to my east, and the market's improving. And again, if all of you who have money to spend here, we do have land that's going to be available up around Dakota Road here, so we're still looking for investment opportunities from everybody here. Our agency in Union City, just to give you some numbers here, you can take these to your cocktail party over the weekend. Our redevelopment agency put in $83 million of an investment in here that leveraged $74 million in grants to purchase land, improve pedestrian, bicycle, and BART and bus access to BART. And we've had over $330 million in private investment, which right now, and this property, I might add, basically had nothing in terms of property value. It's now generating $3 million a year in new property taxes. And I want to recognize some of the special masters, Nina and Claude Gruen, and Jeff and Ray Panic from KB Homes, for their efforts in putting us through. And just as I am not the only mayor who's been involved in this, because really this formation of the redevelopment agency goes back to one of my predecessors, Mayor Tom Kitayama. He was the mayor in 1988 when we put this together. Mark Leonard, I saw Mark Leonard. Where's Mark at? Mark, stand up. Mark Leonard was our former community development director. And showing how far we go back, I was still a planning commissioner back, but in those days in '88 when Mark was the director at that point. Karen Smith was the city manager then. And just as there were actually a couple of special masters before the Gruen, Bruce Train and Stephen Russell, so it shows you that it's taken really waves after waves after waves of people to get this accomplished to this point. Larry Cheeves is the city manager now.